What's up, you guys? This is Robert at Shy Bears Plus. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter, on Instagram for all the greatest comments and the dankest of dank memes. Anyway, you found me here on YouTube, so go ahead and smack that bell. Don't miss any content. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Like I said, tackle that bell. Hit the like button if you like it and share it with your friends. Why not? We've got nothing to lose. I'm so crispy, you'll love to listen to me. Anyway, we need to talk about some stuff here tonight. It's Friday night, perusing the old Twitter, and I want to do some more serious videos, and I got completely distracted because I am going to do the Homerist of Homer videos because that's where I am. And I'll try to give you some objective opinions and whatnot here from time to time, but tonight is not that night. Anyway, I'm going to come out right now as a White Sox fan. If you follow me on Twitter, you see me liking, retweeting some Sox stuff. I don't root against the Cubs, but you know what? Plus is I want to tackle some White Sox stuff too as well. So while we're doing that, your Chicago Bears, we're at the Chicago White Sox game today, Friday. First of all, you get a crispy picture of two rising stars here in Chicago, Mitchell, the Missile, Money Mitch, Trubisky, and Eloy. Mitch has got the swag. Eloy also has a swag. I don't know if you noticed the red batting gloves, but the kid is going to be a star. Real recognizing real. Give him some hand pounds. You see the picture here in the video. It's so crispy. You absolutely love to see it. You know what? And nothing against Cub fans, and they already have their glory, but these two teams are kind of rising at the same time. You're starting to get that feel with the White Sox winning 5 in a row. Tim Anderson, Mancada, Giolito, some of the younger guys that have been traded for during this rebuild are coming and having success in the major leagues. But let's talk about the Chicago Bears. Some people are calling for the Bears to regress, and I just don't see it. It's not like we lost all of our team and lost the whole coaching staff. Yeah, we lost a couple guys. We lost Fangio, but it's not like we brought in some guy that, was a defensive line coach for a 2-14 team last year. We brought in a guy who had a top 5 defense with the Ravens, and a guy who had success coaching the Colts. This is not. I love Vic Fangio. I'm not trying to talk myself into some a bad position here where I'm trying to talk bad about Vic Fangio. I liked a lot about him. Everyone has their blemishes, right? I didn't like how we sat back in coverage. A lot of the time, I didn't love it, and I do feel like we have the players on this team to be a little bit more aggressive, and I'm looking forward to it. That being said, I think Mitch Trubisky is going to take a huge step forward. So we're going from a 12-win team to who knows? I don't know. I see my guys out here at the Sox game. They're having fun at Topgolf earlier. Now my guys are at the Sox game. And they're having a good time. First of all, the camaraderie and the we attitude of this team. Mitch Trubisky doesn't go out and throw a first pitch without his offensive line. Not only that, the kid threw a laser at a home plate because that's just the swag. He ain't throwing a lollipop in there. It's just not going to happen. That's not who Mitch Trubisky is. He's going to let him know. By the way, did you know that he had the most completed passes of 50 yards in the air? I believe it was 6, more than any other quarterback in the league this year. For a guy who gets criticized for not having Pat Mahomes' arm, he sure figured out a way to get it done. And when I was watching a highlight tape of it, you know what? All these other quarterbacks had guys who were wide open. So, just to prove that Mitch Trubisky is fitting it into tighter windows, and he doesn't have just complete Pro Bowlers every single year getting wide open. Anyway, rambling, stambling. I don't know. I was born in 81. I don't know what it was like this summer of '85, but it had to feel a little something like this. The team's going out, having a good time. Maybe they're not as rowdy as the '85 guys, but I've heard stories of them going out and having a great night out of the town, coming and getting the work in and doing the work, and then being great the next year. But there was something about that team. There was also something about that '85 team where they maybe didn't get along, offense versus defense, and there was a tremendous rivalry, and that was something that made them so good, was that they were so competitive. But I don't feel like this team doesn't have a competitive streak in it either. But there's something about the togetherness and about this team that just the whole culture and the atmosphere, where you feel like something special is going on, and you're coming off a really good season. Hopefully we're getting our kicker situation figured out. There's depth all throughout this roster. The depth at running back is going to be ridiculous. The wide receiver room is ridiculous. I've seen people question that the edge position isn't deep enough or isn't that deep. Okay, there are probably, well, let's say there's only top 10 pass rushers in the NFL. Everybody else has 11 through 30, whatever. They're all looking to get a top 10. There aren't teams that have 2 pass rushers, 3 pass rusher depth at the edge position. It just doesn't happen. So to have a possible rising star like Leonard Floyd, rushing the passer as well, with all the potential inside of him, and who's just a good player all around anyway. And then you're bringing back a guy like Lynch, who was ultra productive for this team last year when he was healthy. And then you have a guy like Kylie Fitz, who has had a great RAS score from MathBomb at MathBomb, I believe what it is on Twitter. Follow that guy if you're a stat guy or analytic guy. Follow that guy. Holy crap! Some of that content, the player cards that he puts up, really puts a lot of the height, weight, and measurables into perspective, and it's really incredible what he does. But anyway, I don't see giant gaping holes. My one concern is the possibly being over aggressive on defense and wondering if we have the cornerbacks to actually cover for 4 or 5 seconds if we don't get home. But that's a gamble that you're going to take, and hopefully Pagano has that all figured out. But anyway, let's talk about, this might be a championship team. And they're hanging out in the south side, where a team that is as fun to watch as any in baseball right now. They're having pregame dance parties, hitting the old water coolers like drums, having fun, finding a way to win, sticking it in the rivals' faces, getting some dubs against Cleveland. It has been unbelievably fun to watch. And now you have the Bears showing up there, getting hand pounds with Eloy, doing the dang thing, getting on the Jumbotron. And then final thought, which isn't very final. This is gonna stretch out a little bit more. I apologize. But let's talk about we are the Kings of the North and the chug off of the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers can't chug a beer. Maybe one of the most unlikable guys in the NFL. There's a total disconnect, in my opinion, with Aaron Rodgers and probably some of his teammates. We'll find out. I know that there was a big scandal over, a lot of a torn apart locker room last year, an article that came out after the season this year. I can't imagine that Aaron Rodgers didn't have something to do with it. If he was the leader of that team, he might have done a little something differently to pull this team together, but there was a team that seemed to be torn apart. Being a man from 21 to 40, I don't feel like it's out of the question to be able to chug a beer. Sorry, us common folk do it commonly. Maybe I don't do it so much anymore, as I'm at the higher end of that spectrum. But when called upon, without any doubt, I will put down the cerveza. There's no doubt about it. Unquestioned, I can chug it. So, we got Stafford chugging. No problem, right? Aaron Rodgers can't get through half of the glass. The disconnect between Aaron Rodgers and the everyday man is just another reason to hate the guy, as he hangs out with his ultra-rich, ultra-famous girlfriend, Danica Patrick, and the guys behind him buy them beers. All right, we're just putting it all out there. It's at Shy Bears Plus. That's just how we do here. So anyway, as you're seeing some of the B-roll, absolute hilarious. The Bears on the Jumbotron, chugging beers. If you really want to break it down, watch the way Kyle Long and Trubisky stare at the camera. I believe it is Chase Daniel doing the camera work, which is great in within itself. I love that guy getting a part of it. But anyway, the stare down. They know what's going on. They're on social media in the offseason. They are probably absolutely soaking up what happened at the Bucs game with Aaron Rodgers, and it's just like a message. It's like they're just staring through the camera and going, "We are the kings of the north. We are the hunted, and you can get hunt, but we're gonna chug this beer, and we're gonna put it down, and we're gonna have an empty glass, and that's just how we do. Just like we're gonna chug the north this year, probably. We'll see. Prediction show, we got a couple months for all that stuff, but for now, absolutely hilarious, so crispy, you love to see it. What a night for Bears football. Great night for the Chicago White Sox. Great night as a Chicago fan in general. It was so much fun watching this. I mean, these guys just seem so real, so genuine, so together. They're being you. They're we not me, having such a great time. Man, what a great time to be alive. What a great time to be a Bears fan. And for, whatever it is, 35 to 40% of us who are Sox fans too. What a great time coming up. And obviously the Cub fans, man, you guys have been having a good time for a while now. It's almost enough to make you jealous, and I don't root against the Cubs unless you're playing the Sox. So even rooted for them in the World Series. So anyway, that's where I stand at Shy Bears Plus. Full disclosure, total transparency, because that's what's crispy and the people love to see it. Anyway, I'm Robert at Shy Bears Plus. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and share this video if you liked it. Go ahead and hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe and tackle that bell so you don't miss any content. That is all that she wrote.